surprise, surprise, fourth time in a row that we see in this broadcast tonight for the Pulse Invitational in collaboration with the United Way of New York City. And it's going to start off here with Sick and company of Sentinels on the defense towards this split side, and a trade all ready to start at the B main.
Yeah, great start here for the side. Really both teams finding a pick early, but that means they'll have to pull off that rotate towards that B site. I mean, it's still going to be the Jet player trying to peek through and see what information can be gathered. Sinatra on the Rays this time around have seen rather the Phoenix in previous maps, specifically back in that Cash App tournament. So Sinatra playing around with the Asian selection here a little bit, as now the aggression is slightly tuned down. And we'll see as Together We Are Terrific now setting up for yet another B push.
That's right. So it started off with a hefty peak towards the beginning. They tried to fall back in a fake. A nice timing on the Frost Orb, but we're going to have the Jet come across as well. And we do have Six still trying to hold towards the top. He falls towards that bottom. The wall comes up. He's paranoid at the same time, too. But we are moving inside the site. Crossfire now set up from the side as Six drops two of his own. Sinatra with one. Now Akis trying to clutch it here. Gets the first and not connect to Shazam. And it is going to be the Sentinels locking down that pistol.
You know, great start here for the Sentinels, of course, but it's really once we start to get to those gun rounds that I'm going to be paying attention closely. What are the item buys? Sinatra, are you going to give us another Odin, or is this not really the map to do it? There are, of course, some pretty, there are some pretty rigid sightlines here on Split, and there isn't a lot of breakable walls for you to shoot through, at least in comparison to some of the other maps, and so the Odin may not be as optimal on a map like this, but hey, Sinatra might prove us wrong. We are, of course, casters, and those curses, they come in droves.
And one thing that's different, at least right now, that you notice from Together We're Terrific, is that they actually dropped the Brimstone a lot from the last matches that they played, starting off what happened with this week with the 100 Thieves Cash App Invitational for the charity event, because they just like using the Omen now. He seems to be powerful with the dark cover, with the paranoia as well. The Shrouded Step doesn't really do as much, but at least the ultimate does give a lot in terms of information when he actually pops that ult. But into this round right now, it's just going to be the attackers here holding it slowly, as they only have pistols and they're looking for a big push towards the A side.
Yeah, they're already going to meet a dark cover, however, so they need to play this really however they want. They've got pistols. There's not really a whole lot you can do. On the opposite side, you're going to be faced with a couple of SMGs for the side of Together We Are Terrific. Really, it's the Zerg Rush that's going to bode well for them. Zoms with the early spray, going to find one onto Mame, and now we'll back away, creating a new angle. They'll still push through. It's Caboose that's going to fall next, as Calypso trading that back around. Still, it's quite crazy here on the site, and it's Sinatra getting down low, getting a frag there with the blast pack. One final member remains. It's in the back corner. Akis going to be the one that falls there, and it's a 2-0 start here for Sentinels, but this is the round where the attack will be able to buy some weaponry.
Yeah, the setup is already super nice looking at the defender side here at Sentinels. The way that they attack the A side for TWAT, when the first one was spawned from that Heaven side, from that Jet, from Shazam, you actually already had Zoms at the bottom at the entrance, throw a Paranoia out, already had 3 guys blinded, so nobody could really run through and rush through that smoke to try to open it up. So that slowed things down very quickly. They opened it up with the Spectres, and then the rotations came through to just make that round super easy. Although, we still got 3 kills, though, for the attacker side, so it's not too bad with the money they invested.
I like this push here from Sentinels. Sinatra always playing a little unconventionally for the opposition, something that is, you know, can be a little strange, but Shazam with an early pick, not able to connect with that second shot, might open up the B site for them, but they'll back away as they see that there's trouble in paradise. The middle is contested. Sinatra holding the angle here with the Spectre, going to back away after seeing a little trouble, some utility used by the opposition, and now it's just going to be a little bit of a reset with a minute left on the clock.
And that's another thing that changed too. Jets, you see them so often right now in all the matches we casted so far today. So Jet with the Operator, something that you're going to see very often. Probably started off here with Wardell, but now everybody else continues with it because you get so many good openings with it. Now you have paint shells coming down. Zom is going long range. Headshot onto Calypso, but traded by Caboose at Mail. Now the orbs are coming on the top to try to slow things down, but it's still going to be Sinatra that gets picked off in the face by Finesse. Still moving forward. Sick is not afraid. Pushing with the Operator. Gets the pick onto Caboose. Now Finesse rotates back towards the sewer. It's a 2 versus 2. The Spike is making his way at the same time as well, and they both have Sages on each side, but the Sage is still holding towards his B. Now as they hop on this trap wire, it's going to be a lot easier that they know that the execution's coming towards A.
You know, and this is what we called really. It's Sentinels that are looking for, you know, these dry peaks, just trying to keep it a little fresh, a little exciting. But for Together We Are Terrific, they're just trying to keep their dream alive and get around on the board here.
Yeah, and now Dapper's going to peek out, but he checks the corner in that 50, wins that fight now, 1 versus 1. Dapper comes forward with the Spectre for that second kill. It's going to be an easy defuse. He's going to even upgrade to the operator that's left on the top there by Sick, and then come in to make it 3-0 for the Sentinels. But the reason why I said it looks so good, at 50-50, it was won by Dapper. Predicted that right. Check your corners when you move in. They win that 2 versus 2 quite easily, and now it's 3-0.
Okay, Vancilium's starting to get a little scared here for Together We Are Terrific. You know, this is a map that they are they're a little comfortable on, you know, and seeing it start off this way is not a good sign for Together We Are Terrific. You know, you lose the pistol, I get it. You lose the SMG, I also get it. Well, now potentially Phantoms on round 2, of course. You lose the first 2 rounds. The third is your redemption arc. You know, it's your comeback story. But that story, of course, is not in either chapter for them. So they'll have to try again next time, as it is going to be the eco for them. We're seeing a couple of pistols here on the side of the attack. And really their goal is to just try and make this expensive. Try to get a couple of frags. You know, I would almost think that zerging through and just trading is the most optimal route here, but so far they're just playing it a little safe.
Well, I think it's just great plays from Sick. That's why you don't see him throwing the Frost Orbs that early. Get in the right moment, get in the right timing. And when he threw that, as soon as he saw our dark cover come out towards his mid connector. So he slows it down. Sinatra's hiding in it. We're trying to push through the fence right now. And he's waiting at the bottom. He gets the first kill, but it's quickly traded out. Turned around, it's going to be Sinatra. He only gets one, puts a boom bot on the ground. Now face to face, he wins it versus Inkis. The spike has been dropped, now picked up here by Mame, who upgraded over to a Phantom and dashes away from the showstopper from that raise from Sinatra. So now back here on a 3 versus 1 situation. Can Mummy now clutch it?
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult task for him. Of course, he does have full health bars here, 100 HP, has a little bit of utility. Unfortunately, the Tailwind not available unless he's going to get 2 frags here. So he has that ability. Shots here from Mame, but he's going to have to back away here. Now going to be pushing up with the Sheriff and going to get that spike down. Very ballsy move, switching back to the Phantom here. Looking for another opportunity. Going to be pushing it through screens. One member. The other 2 are back of sight. Their shots are going to be very difficult to land. Paranoia coming through. The shot from Shazam. We'll see how that deal. Missing that first one in the initial engagement, but landing that second one. Another round here on the board for the Sentinels.
So unfortunate, too, because Shazam's at 10 HP. The Raze that's still alive here, I think that's Sinatra, is at 1 HP. Zom was at 100. So he just needed to tap a little bit more. He got the wallbang earlier on towards Shazam at elbow, towards that back of the site. And it was just unfortunate that when he threw the Cloudburst towards that ground, he was still slightly blinded or nearsighted by the Paranoia. That didn't give a chance to see where Shazam was actually posted. So as soon as he was out, Shazam was there, right in his sight, gets picked off. Valiant attempt at least. Now it's going to be 4-0. The money's not, it should be decent right now, at least for the attackers at this point, and we'll see what they're going to try to do with it, because they're actually split across the map. They haven't really tested out this A side, so it's going to be the case now with FNS moving forward with Caboose.
Yeah, this is usually when they send the feelers out. Okay, we've had a couple of rough rounds. Let's see where everyone's playing, right? Normally, you would try to send those feelers out in the early rounds, but considering how things have gone, they were just trying to play to their own style. It has not worked out. So now you have to gather information. Let's look at every single angle. Let's see where everyone's playing. And they've opened up this A side a little bit. They've got control of the ramp here. But Sinatra is going to be waiting on the other side. Sending the boom bot. Going to find one member to Caboose. Pays with his life. Sinatra trying to find a second, but it's Finesse that'll take him down. Oh, baby! Shazam! Gets it through the dark cover.
How the hell did he hit that?
I don't know.
That was a 6 shot. 5-on-3 now. They do have a res at least, but the bodies are so far away. But they still have 46 seconds left on the clock. What they could do here is try to work with that lurker towards that mid side, as you see Caboose going 1 versus 1 soon, or Calypso, sorry, 1 versus 1 inside the fence where Shazam is waiting. If you could actually land this shot, the shoulder peek comes out first, Shazam falls back. They take control of it. They're actually crossing to commit towards B, though, with 30 seconds left. They didn't want to go back towards A to go for res and take towards A if they got that kill. So it's going to be a 3 versus 3 situation towards his B side.
I really like this weird crossfire setup for Sentinel sick in a great position. They don't know he's there. Shot's going to be good. It's still going to be the Jet player that backs away. That Spike going to get picked up. But Sick that finds another one. Calypso from above going to find 2. But there's still 3 members remaining. Sinatra finding that last and final frag. 5-0 start here for the Sentinels. We've had 2 official gun rounds. Hasn't gone well now for the side of Together We Are Terrific. At this point, Van Silly, what do you do? Are you just trying to bide your time? You need rounds if you want to stay afloat in the second half.
It's not over yet. At this point, maybe they're going to be broke on money, but if you're looking at the overlay, everybody has an ultimate now. So this is going to be the perfect round, or if not the next, for the attackers to finally put a point onto the scoreboard of Together We're Terrific. So if it's not going to be this round, as we're trying to work over with a Vandal and 4 pistols, it's going to be the next, and you get 1 or 2 rounds, maybe even 3. If their Sentinels is as good on the defender side, I'm sure TWAT are as good as well.
You know, really the case here for the side of Together We Are Terrific. They are on the eco, but what they do have is a lot of weaponry in their own ultimates that they can use. Bladestorm has already been activated. They have the Showstopper, which can do some damage, and that might be able to pick up some guns. That's going to be the Bladestorm gets involved, and it's Mummy that finds one. Sick will be able to be there for the refrag. Caboose as well with the Sheriff, and that opens up the round here for Together We Are Terrific.
He actually beat him Paranoid at the same time, too, so that was a nice kill that he got with that right click of the Bladestorm. Now Dapper, he's hiding inside the side through the Cloudburst. Oh, the right click hits him, but doesn't kill him, unfortunately, and they're able to stop the Fury towards his B side. Shazam has activated his own Bladestorm to get that kill, and that's fully denied, but at least this round here, they still have the Showstopper to open things up, Simo.
Yeah, you know, these rounds are unfortunately not even close. I think Sentinels at worst were only down to 3 players, maybe 2 at worst. Like, these rounds are not going to the side of Together We Are Terrific. And, you know, at the end of the day, you could have banned Split Out. You could have banned something that you may have felt, you know, you weren't comfortable with on the day. I mean, there is still time left. We'll see if they're able to kind of turn things back around, but it does feel like a new Sentinels has come into shape here.
Definitely, and now let's see what happens as we're throwing some paint shells towards this mid side, trying to take this mid control as well. And spawning one just by the shores. It's going to be Sinatra on the top, but as he's trying to hunt him down, it was a perfect bait for Caboose to come back to get that first kill, and it starts off very well here for Together We're Terrific. Getting that first frag, and also not having to use any ultimates to start.
Yeah, that was a little aggressive from Sinatra. I have to commend his gusto, but there's times where you engage and there's times where you just back off, you know? He was able to see Mame on the other side, but he didn't have enough time because he was, we saw this earlier, Zobs. Come on, man. He finds one. They'll get the res, and it's back to the 5v4.
Well, Shazam, we commended his op in CSGO. We're doing the same here in this game of Valorant. He gets 2 kills right now, looking for the 3rd, but he's straight through the smoke. Calypso finally stops him in his tracks. Meanwhile, Dapper has fallen as well, but Sick is walking through the Shrouded Step, and now the Spike is down. But it's a 2 versus 1. They know exactly where he's at. He gets the first kill onto Mame, but unfortunately there, he gets stopped as well. And finally here, Together We're Terrific puts the first point on the scoreboard on the attacker side of Split.
Okay, but let's think about the repercussions of that. We talked about how many rounds Sentinels have won, but in what fashion did they win? Well, there's usually 3 players left, which means that their economy is likely not in the worst shape. If we have a look, they're probably going to buy weapons and have a lot of juice left on the side to drink later if they want, you know? So for Together We Are Terrific, they did a great job of knocking down... Yeah, look, actually, it's a lot worse than I expected. I'm a little surprised to see that, but we'll see how that decides to push forward in the rounds ahead.
No, definitely. And I think it's just the fact that you had to buy for your teammates as well, for some of the players too. Because on the second round, you buy Spectres, you went for Phantoms, you lost fights as well. And even on the round when they had pistols, right? They were for Together We're Terrific, and you had the Bladestorm from the Jet. They were able to get a couple of frags too. So that could have hurt a little bit and dent the economy of Sentinels. For this round, it's a big one that's needed for both of these teams, where you could possibly see a broken buy scenario into the next for either of these teams that's going to lose.
They rear their head into the B site, but it's the one way from Dapper, and really I think he's one of the keys to success for the Sentinels. You trust him as your anchor, he's going to hold on to that B site for his entire life, till he's hitting old age, he's in a retirement home. He'll hold on to that site for dear life if he has to. So, of course, together we are terrific. Have to back away, but this is their opportunity now to push in. The rest of the Sentinels are a little bit closer towards the site, so this is going to be very crucial. Dapper still manages to survive the showstopper, and it's just pandemonium on the site. 3 members down already from Together We Are Terrific. Calypso from the back, going to find one, but it's a quick refrag for the opposition, and it's the last member remaining. Finesse, Shazam, bullet to the dome from behind will take him out.
Unfortunate there for, well, actually not unfortunate. I really like the way that Sentinels played that previous round, because not only did you give away that mid side, but you turtled 3 players inside that site. So you even gave away B Heaven. Why? Because Shazam was already rotating from that A site, knowing that these Omen dark covers that were being thrown already was an execution towards his B side. So as you already have Shazam that's watching any pushes that would go towards that spawn site from B Heaven, the other 2 play by that rope. What does that mean? Dapper could just focus on A main or on B main right now, and it was just them landing their shots because the crosshair placement was perfect for the Sentinels.
I like the camera here from Dapper. It actually goes unnoticed, and he doesn't check it quite yet, but gives up a lot of control of the B side. Remember, he's the anchor on his lonesome. One shot's going to come through, spray transfer, not good onto second, but the weapon's up in heaven, so they can't even pick it up to use. Sick going to be the first one that's going to be pushing in. Showstopper going to take out Caboose, the alter ego fight of a lifetime. Sinatra just on an absolute hunting spree. Finesse going to be one of the last few members remaining, pushing in through the dark cover. Shots onto Sick, won't connect. And it's a great round from the Sage. 8-1 the scoreline of the first half so far.
Yeah, so Sentinels right now are just doing a great job to nullify the key fraggers of the team of Together We're Terrific. Usually we talk about Mame a lot with the operator for the team. They could even get a double operator if they wanted to, but usually it is going to be Mame. Akis used to be the main operator before, but then now that you switch over with the Sage having to put the walls up, having to put the heals, then you kind of want to have an operator that's going to try to get openings. But they have the cyber cages that are popped every single time to prevent him from getting those shots. And look at that. He's at 2-9 because of that, right? And you're looking at the rest of the team. Who else is a big fragger? Caboose. Where is Caboose right now? We don't see his name in the kill feed unless he's dead.
Oh, no. Okay, that actually was almost a collateral. Dapper takes out Caboose, still 2 members. Camera says, hey, smile, you're on the camera. And Dapper gets involved, almost tries to push through. Sinatra here for the support. And Together We Are Terrific, just held up in the garage, now backing away and going to re-strategize as they meet in the middle.
That's right. So Calypso is going to try to take control of this mid side. And they don't have a res, unfortunately, here for Together We're Terrific. I am harping on them, but I am still cheering for them, right? I said they're going to win this whole thing. I still believe in them. We still have a second half to play. So Shazam's in a great position. As soon as this wall breaks, he's going to connect. Oh. There you go. The strike is down, immediately traded out by Calypso, at least. So that's a big fragger that's down. But they still have to come across a lot of opposition towards this A side as they're pushing through the ropes.
I really like this rotation from Sentinels. It's a little deeper than what you would initially anticipate. You're going to think, okay, they're going to come back through heaven. They're going to rotate through ropes.
Nice.
Sick already down, though. They'll get one through the smoke, and that'll give a lot of windows of opportunity here for Together We Are Terrific to get into a post plant, but it's already starting to fall apart. Finesse going to fall. 2 members now remain, and they're going to use Calypso for some reason to teleport out, but he might just re-engage the retake on the retake in the post plant. And now, gathering information, they'll just still have time to get this defusal through, but Calypso in a great position now to fight back.
This is so gutsy. So they had the ultimate going in for the defenders too, so they know that Mame is inside that site, and they both drop simultaneously. Oh, sorry,
wow.
It's going to be Mame that's going to drop him, sorry, with the Blade Storm.
Wow.
Okay, I'm going to miss kind of those. That was actually a great way to play a 3 versus 2.
Yeah,
Holy
Calypso, he teleports out, and at first I thought, like, okay, what are you doing, man? Like, what are you doing? Where are you going? Where are you going to go with that?
Yeah,
teleports out,
crossfire.
And he retakes in the post plant a site that's already taken. And he gets a great crossfire, like you said, a great angle, takes out one, and then while they're looking for Calypso, Mame's there to say, hey, guys, I'm over here too. So it was just a beautiful setup for Together We Are Terrific.
Yeah, great bait plays and a crossfire setup there for the 2 players. So they put 2 on the board. We have 2 more to go in this half, and we're still trying to look for breaking the defense towards this B sign. So you still see that raise moving forward here of Caboose from that mini-map, and then you still have Dapper that's setting up his position at the usual spot. But now everybody's falling back, and we're going back to mid. All 5 players of Together We're Terrific getting ready for this initiation where Sinatra is going for that jiggle peek.
I see him do it all the time. He did it throughout the entire best of 3. He's just going to hold an angle and peek and peek and peek because he has the confidence that he will survive a shoulder shot. When you have somebody that's willing to survive a bullet to the shoulder, that is a man that you want on your team. You know, there's not a lot of people I feel like I would take a bullet for, but Sinatra, he's willing to take a bullet for no reason, okay? So good on him, but he's going to now go lurk through the garage while the rest of Together We Are Terrific. They managed to get control of mid, and still they're undecided where they really want to go, but it's looking like B.
This is so good right now. They open up the B side too. So we'll explain it as soon as the round is done. But right now, it is going to be Together We're Terrific moving forward. They have the camera up, so they know there's at least 2 coming up towards that heaven side. So Dapper falls back. They have 2 towards the spawn side with Sick too. But now it's fully covered, and we still have a lurker towards the A side. So it's going to be Zombs versus Calypso, but Zombs wins that at least. So it's a 4 versus 3, or a 4 versus 4. They know where all 4 players are rotating from now, and what's going to happen at this point.
Yeah, we haven't really seen Sentinels in the retake that often, but you're already seeing they're working together as a unit, but that might not be the best case. They are going to have one flank from behind, Dapper, and a lot of kills already being traded away. The res as well. Sick just keeping things alive here for the Sentinels. Zombs now in the back of sight, all down to Mame. Has to defend this spike, but it's in a horrible position for his angle. And I think he may just back away. The first half of the defuse is going to come through. He's going to switch over to the Phantom. It's going to spray. It's going to be good. And it's going to be Dapper trying to find that last one final member. The spike's about to blow, and it's
oh my
Mame
God,
that comes out on top.
Oh, Mame, that was so sick. A tailwind to drop his operator, picks up the Phantom, gets that kill. It's diffused halfway, and then he just comes back for that last kill. But just before that, though, Simo, I just thought that the execution for TWAT was perfect. Oh, I said it on air.
Oh, no.
The first time I thought in a month and a half, I wasn't going to say it, but I finally said it.
Listen,
but
yeah, you just want clickbait for Reddit, man. Get it together, man.
No, man. So, sorry, well, we still have a bit of time, or we'll talk about a halftime. Let's talk about this round here. Go ahead, Simo. That was such a sick play by my man.
Okay. We're getting close. We're getting close to the second half. All right, Van Celia, let's try to keep it together. Let's keep our head in the game here. And let's see now how Together We Are Terrific, if you could just say it with me, Together We Are Terrific, how are they going to break open on this last final round?
That's right. So they are going to play it off as Mummy, at least. Again, with the operator going to try to clear out towards this heaven side. You still have a lurker from FNS towards this A. And that's basically what happened that round before. You had Finesse lurking towards the B side. They got that kill when they actually had people inside the rope room thinking it was going to be a fake execute towards A. How did that work? They threw a paranoia from Caboose. It actually blinded Shazam that called the rotation, and that's how they opened up the site. So there you go. I got a chance to say it. Now back with the action, though. The wall is back up towards this heaven side. They're going to have to break it and split soon. So it's going to be chaotic very soon towards this A side, Simo.
Yeah, we see FNS going to be handling the crossfire angle, already having a look into the site. Zombs and Sick will be the ones that take care of it. A couple more shots here from Akis. He'll take out his alter ego, and now it is quite heavy here on the site. Zombs going to be the first line of contact. Shots are good, and it's going to be good for 3 as Mame will take him down. Now it's the 2v3. They'll get that spike down, but they have to hurry as it's a defense coming in hot.
That wasn't supposed to happen, and as soon, like you said, just around the corner, they spot him close by. Mame didn't even have time to take out his operator out. And then Akis, of course, wasn't aware of where that shot was coming from. As soon as he had time to react, he was already dead. So they come in for the defuse at least. A nice clutch from Mame, but unfortunately it ends it on this first half of a 9-3 in favor of the Sentinels. A round that could have been so good for Together We're Terrific as they took over that site. They shouldn't have lost 3 players to a spray from the site.
Yeah. Well, we're in the second half now, Vansili. It's a new half and, you know, a new day for you to not say the T word anymore.
But, man, I'm good.
I have a feeling that if this pistol goes wrong for Together We Are Terrific, it's game. Sentinels have it in the bag, so very important for them to make sure that they win the pistol, or else the economy is just going to be in a horrible spot.
Yeah, and they have what it takes at least to have a good defensive hold. You have the Sage Wall already from Akis in the middle. You also have Caboose with the dark cover, so they could waste a lot of time. And look how deep he throws it. So they throw a first one towards that rope from the attacker side of Sentinels, but then they throw one inside the ropes from Sentinels to Together We're Terrific. So that means now there's a huge gap in between, and it's going to be the first point of contact for Caboose. Spotted the first one, forced the fall back. Ake is still tight in the corner, but now he makes some noise from that cyber cage, and he's going to have to hold inside it.
Yeah, we are seeing now a very interesting attack from the Sentinels pushing towards B. They'll find an entry onto Akis as well as FNS to follow suit. The guns are flying and bodies are dropping. It's going to be Together We Are Terrific that have one last final member. It's Mame. And what did I say? If they lose the pistol, it's going to be bad news bear for them. Bad news bears for them, and it's already looking like it's the sequel.
Yeah, unfortunate for that. Mame, he's clutched one before. We talked about how he wasn't fragging at all in that first half, but a nice clutch on a 4 versus 1. He's looking for another 4 versus 1, but it's looking dire. Now as this wolf dissipates towards heaven, he gets that first kill, but he has to reload quite soon here. He does get the wall bang onto Sig. So now it's a 2 versus 1, but he's low on HP. There's still a lurker towards mid side, and finally, as he peeks out towards that B heaven, Zom is waiting just under rather, and he gets picked off.
Yeah, when you walk up onto heaven and you're looking down towards B, it's no longer a 50-50. It's like a 199. There's like a million angles for you to look at. And for Mame there, he gets 2, and you know, that's not too shabby. It's I thought he was really going to go for the 4K there, but unfortunately, Zoms. Yeah, it did. Zoms from below though, going to find the frag. Now 10-3. SMG's online for the attack with what I'm going to assume. Maybe a Phantom in play. But it's not really easy for us to see as the scoreboard continues to be a kind friend to us. But
yep,
it's the defense now anticipating where is the attack going to go.
Sick is now moving forward. I think they heard a sidestep now as they're trying to peek out. Finesse winning just by the corner, and that Frost Orb on the ground. That's going to give a chance for them to double up and get that frag onto Sinatra, but it gets traded off here by Sig long range as he falls back. So everybody is actually falling back towards his A side because they open up towards A with a defender falling over there, and I think that was FNS over there, right? Oh no, it's the Jet, sorry. So it is going to be Mame that dies, and then they're moving inside this A side. You still have Caboose towards this heaven, trying to move out and waiting for his team so they could try to go for this retake.
Listen, I get it. They've got the same composition. The agents are pretty much identical. You know, it is very difficult to tell who may be on what side at what time. We are seeing now the push in, and man, Together We Are Terrific. They just have not been landing the shots. Caboose there loses the duel. That's gonna be another duel that's lost. Of course, Shazam has got a bulldog, and he's keeping that dog on a short leash. Another couple of shots come in, and it's Calypso that faces the bite from the bulldog. And it is just not looking good. This really could be the 13-3, but this is the round. This is the round. If you are a Together We Are Terrific fan, this is the round that they need the energy. If they lose this, it is your favorite restaurant dish, pasta alla Gigi. So they need to come out on top, or else it is all over for them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be totally fine, because now finally they have the weapon upgrades into this round for the defenders of Together We're Terrific. At the same time, too, when you're looking at the side of the attackers of Sentinels, you only have a Bulldog for Shazam, but the rest, if they actually had still Spectre from that previous round, they still have, I hear the shots, I hear a Bucky. So yeah, they didn't really go for an upgrade here for the Sentinels. That means that they have a chance to make it 11-4, possibility of 11-5. Big test is going to be the next round, because I'm going to say that Together We're Terrific are definitely going to take this one here.
Okay, still the 5v5. They got weapons online, but for the side of the Sentinels, I see a couple of assault rifles that might help them out in the war ahead. A couple of early shots here from Sick to clear out some of that potential utility from the camera. That is, of course, being used by FNS, and now with that spike picked up, they may have their sights set on this B side. There's going to be a tripwire in their way, so they need to make sure that they are at least cognizant or have the potential ability to predict that might be there. Of course, they are anticipating the anchor FNS to play on towards that B site. But an early tailwind actually going to bode well here, almost for Finesse. He's going to get taken out. Dapper as well will follow suit, but it's Akis that'll somehow manage to defend the site. All up to Dapper now. It's the 1v2.
He has the Phantom as well. He has what it takes to clutch his 2 versus 1. He heard the first one drop, so he could at least isolate one player, and look at that. He's actually going towards that spawn side. He's going to hear the footsteps heading towards that heaven, because you can see from this minimap how fast they're moving. He's on a big flank going on right now. He has the camera on top of that, too, to tag one out. They still think he's probably towards the back of the site, so they're still trying to clear right now, and he's got them both cornered from behind. Nice. Oh, no, he shot too fast. Now it's a 1 versus 1. You know he's coming from the top. He gets taken down to 68, but he still wins that fight. Oh my god, I brought in the caster's curse. Dapper gets a 4K for that round, and map point for the Sentinels.
Dapper wins those, baby! Dapper wins those, and the Sentinels fans in chat, they make it bleed red. Now a tough round ahead here for the Together We Are Terrific fans. They were rooting, and Vance Hilly, I know you were alongside there with them, but they don't have the economy now. So
shattered.
Shattered. Yeah, they're gonna have to force up. They're gonna have to make do with the situation. We'll see how they do. It's the round before us. Vance Hilly, take us away.
That's right, and they only have a showstopper to work with on the defender side. Really, the upgrades that they have, it's gonna be Mummy walking straight to a bullet between the eyes, courtesy of Shazam. Second one forced to fall back as they're going to have to split it up literally for the defense of Together We're Terrific with a 2-2 setup.
Shazam here, looking down towards the ramp. It's Caboose doing his best Sinatra impersonation. Around the corner he goes, loses the gun duel, and of course we know Dapper wins those. And now it is down to 3 here for Together We Are Terrific. The match point at hand for them. Shots from Shazam trying to take out that pesky Omen player playing in the elbow, but it's Dapper. He's on the hunt. He smells blood in the water, and the shark fin is out looking for those players that are hiding behind the defender spawn. There's going to be one around the corner here. Finesse. He's going to be lurking around the corner. The gun barrel's good, but he actually wins the duel with the Spectre. Now upgrades to a Phantom, and it's the 3v4.
And he jumps across. I'm pretty sure he saw Sick up there. So he's going to head towards the screen, but they put the wall up. They're going for a res, so it's going to be back on a 5 versus 3. They can still go through ropes, but they're certainly waiting in there at the top. But he loses the fight. Psalm's up on the rope, rappels up, gets the kill at the same time, and now they all train it. It's going to be basically them at a rave, going through the crowd as a train line and right into the B site to get this spike plant down. And now Sinatra, so confident, pushing down towards that spawn. Finesse headshots him. They get the spike at least, and it's a 4 versus 2.
Okay, what I like from Sentinels is that they never plant default. They plant in a position that works for them. Already one going to be hiding below in hell, and we've got a great retake here from Dapper as he's going to be flanking them from behind, and they have no idea. They're playing the spike perfectly how they want. Dapper going to be the one that comes in from behind, and it's Zombs as well to follow suit. Victory for the Sentinels, 13-3 on Split.
Man, when you're actually trying to look at how Sentinels did in the 100 Thieves Cash App tournament, you're like, okay, they're stepping up right now. They're looking good, but now they're just looking dominant. It definitely shows that Sentinels are really what we wanted them to be at this point, Reflections.
Wow.
I mean, you know what? I got to say, I think it's fair to say you were wrong. Man,
that definitely.
Geez,
I
that was
that.